everybody, it's Calxiyn here. I'm not gonna call out the Patreons anymore because there are too many of you and it's too much work. So again, this will be your shout out instead. Your names are still on the screen, everything like that. And yeah, let's just get into it. So we are gonna be talking about LGBT characters in RWBY today. Should we just tell them which ones we're gonna talk about?
No, let's just let them go through it. So
okay, well,
I'll go
let's start
first.
Okay.
When it comes to like the two gay characters, I think haven't shown up yet, because when they talk, because they confirmed
they said there's
this.
already one here,
no,
right?
they confirmed this, that there
There's
will be
there
will be LGBT characters in RWBYs, and there are already these characters, but we just haven't outed them yet, essentially.
That's a great way to put it.
I mean, yeah, they're still in the fictional closet. So, writing closet. For the two that I thought were gay, the first was Emerald.
Well, let's talk about one that actually is LGBT first.
Well, okay, yeah, so there is one. It's, you said her name,
her name is Skye
their
with
name
an
was Skye.
E. Their name is Skye.
Because they just said that, like, something like the sexuality of characters were based off of their voice
Not
actors.
the sexuality.
Or, like, the gender identity, I suppose, in this case. And so, the voice actor
I mean, obviously they haven't... So, okay, good example,
So the voice actor of Skye is non-binary, and so they made Skye non-binary.
So, sometimes in anime, they will have a female voice a young boy.
Mm-hmm.
And so a good example of that is in Fairy Odd Parents, if you guys...
Yeah, Tara
ever
Strong
watched that.
voices.
Tara Strong, who does the voice of Twilight Sparkle in My Little Pony, does the boy in that show. And so, what Rooster Teeth hasn't done yet, basically, like what was said, I read her Tumblr, because I do that, and so, she was saying that, like, that she, I think she also, I think, I'm getting confused between, like, the Rooster Teeth person that said this, and then, the person that voices the character. And so, the person that voices the character was basically, like, I think they named Skye and everything like that.
Okay.
And so that's fun, like, they kind of designed her character in a way, and so that's how we know that Skye's gender identity matches up with the voice actor.
Okay.
And then I thought there was a post of someone, like, of a screenshot, I guess, or like like something like that, with Rooster Teeth saying that they don't, I guess, do that cross, like, gender thing that, that happened in, like, shows like Fairly Odd Parents again.
Where they have
a female voice actor voicing a male character, so they're not crossing,
gender,
yeah. And so that kind of led people to believe in the first place that Skye may use they and them pronouns because they knew that Rooster Teeth wasn't about switching it up like that, you know? And so that's the first, like, kind of official one.
And of course it was a pretty small character that no one really cares about.
But they're so cute! I love them!
Anyways, so
they're enough for me, you know what I mean?
So back to larger characters that
we think. We don't know.
Okay, these are mine, really.
Okay, well, you go first. I was gonna say Emerald anyway.
Well, yeah, but I beat you to it. So my first one was Emerald, because you get to see, like, it's subtle, but in season 2, when, you know, they're shaking down Torchwick, Cinder walks in, Emerald sees Cinder, Emerald runs up, Cinder, and then Emerald just walks by her. So
Cinder walks by her?
Cinder just walks by her, so you get the sense that maybe, also, like...
One of them likes the other more than...
Also, in the fall of Beacon, Emerald looks, like, horrified at all the attacks that are going on, and she also looks pretty horrified in Salem's, like, little castle manor place.
Yeah.
So I get the sensation that maybe Emerald's in it more
Maybe she did this because there was a hot girl involved.
More because she's infatuated with Cinder, and less because she really believes in it. Which also leads me to believe that maybe Emerald may cross sides later on. I don't know.
Yeah, but I agree with you with Emerald. The other thing is at the dance, Cinder came and danced with Mercury, and before when I watched that scene, I was like, like Emerald's jealous of Cinder now because Cinder's dancing with Mercury, but now I'm like, no, she's gay. That's basically what happened. So.
And then my second one was I thought that, okay. So,
also, Emerald's being kind of used as her handmaiden right now. That's what I was kind of saying was that Emerald is speaking for her and doing all that stuff while Emerald she doesn't push Mercury back like in a mean way, but she does kind of, how she walks, her arm is kind of held out like, Mercury, you stay back there, I'll handle this, you know? So,
my other character that I thought that, okay, so there was a RWBY fan fiction I really liked.
Oh my god.
Called We Were Close.
This isn't a serious, like...
And it's not, and it was an OC character, but what it was Blake.
No, but I said this was a serious video.
Yeah, but fucking, we're spending, like, time and effort talking about a fictional fucking show.
Okay,
Nothing
fine.
about this is serious.
Whatever.
So, like, it was Blake, and there's this OC faunus white thing.
Mia or something.
Mina.
Mina.
Wilhelmina. And then... sort of, it was like she was they were in the White Fang together from a very young age. They had a relationship. Blake left, and she left slightly after to find her. And I always thought, like, I really hope they do that in the show. And then they introduced Ilia, and I'm like...
You also thought her weapon was a fishing rod, though,
yeah,
so I don't know how good
it looked like a fishing... Speaking of the fight, that's part of why I think...
Here's the argument I'll make for Hunter that he can't make for himself, because he didn't think about this very much. The thing is that...
I love how you're also like, you haven't made this argument, because I haven't given you the chance yet, Hunter.
There's a couple things that I'll give in support to Hunter, even though I think that this is supposed to be a serious video, and he's clogging it up with fanfiction.
This is the second time we've recorded this video. You clogged it up with not knowing what a fucking word was for 2.5 minutes. I digress.
Anyway. So... there's two things. One, the brothers were like, hey man, Sister Ilia would love to see you. Go visit her when you get the chance. And Blake never did, which shows that Blake didn't wanna. You know what I mean? For some reason. Like, I guess I could understand that if you're friends with the terrorist organization. You don't really want to talk to them, you know what I mean? The other thing is, though, is that, Ilia kind of looked at her scared and said that she shouldn't have come back. She also didn't really hurt Blake at all.
That was what I was gonna say, that if you look at that fight, she's like really avoiding hurting Blake, which makes me feel like there could be like some residual feelings from a relationship they might have had.
She also kind of kicked Sun's ass.
Yeah.
And so, you know, like, if I saw, like, I don't know, a girl I liked with another girl, I'd kick her ass too, you know what I mean?
You could, you're a psycho, but...
You know? Yeah, that's all I kind of had to say. I think that Hunter has a good point, but he brought it up for the wrong reasons.
Because you can never give me anything in this life.
No.
Also,
continue.
I just really, I don't know. I get the feeling that maybe there's more to the relationship between Ilia and Blake than we are first, you know, told about. Obviously, there's some holes in this, like, you know, her relationship to Adam. I just really don't like Toradana, and I really like that fanfiction, so I want it to work. As for, like, transgendered characters, I've seen a lot of fan art of Ren being a trans.
I know, but we talked about this when we recorded this last time.
We see him as a young boy, so it's like that's probably not the case. But another one whom I see a lot of, and which brought up the word coding that Cal had to search for like 5 minutes.
Coded, I said.
Coded was Scarlet, and I've seen a lot of fan art of Scarlet being a trans man. Like a lot of art with his shirt off with sort of like little red scars over his chest. And I like, he's a small character, but that would be pretty nice if they even have, you know,
this is my argument against you. I'm pretty sure if Scarlet is... Wait, which way are you saying that he's trans? Like female to male?
Yeah, female to male.
Oh, okay, then never mind. Then that's fine.
Okay, were you gonna do? Okay.
No, it's because I thought you meant that Scarlet was male to female,
okay.
And so I was like, well, then he can't be gay, but he can be gay. So I thought Scarlet was gay. I think he's coded as gay, and for you guys that don't know,
and you didn't know what that word was
I forgot.
either, but
okay.
I digress.
So, when a character is coded as something, it's like, it's basically kind of taken it back to our real world, and so you could say that the Faunus and RWBY are coded as POC, because the parallel in our world would be, you know, like police brutality in regards to black people, right? That would be a good example of kind of how the show uses a fantasy creature to represent an actual race that is in our world, sort of thing. So a character, another example could be,
You looked
like,
it up.
I looked it up. There were a couple from Steven Universe that are, like, aliens, and so they don't really have a gender, but they're coded as, like, gay
gender.
women, or they're coded as, black, or something like that. And so it's basically that if this character was taken out of this world and weren't, like, alien people anymore, like, in Steven Universe, I guess, I haven't watched it, I know they're, like, rocks or something, if they were taken out of the universe that they were currently in because of the struggle that they go through within that universe and all of the things that kind of relate to them, they would be black. And obviously in RWBY, like, there's not really a fantasy equivalent for gay, but coded could also be when you're reading a book and you know that a character is, like, say they're Italian because of the way they talk. They say ciao a lot, and so that character would be coded as Italian. You know what I mean? I was gonna use something that, like, relates to me, obviously. I don't want to offend anybody by saying anything else. And so with that, right, like, he just seems coded as gay. Like, when you look at him, he's kind of stereotypically gay. And so in a book, if you saw, or I guess saw a description of a character also stereotypically gay, you'd say that they're coded as gay.
I always thought that Neptune was pretty stereotypically gay.
He's
but
not, though.
I also don't, I mean,
he's kind of like a frat boy Dubro, though.
He's a little, yeah, but just looking at him, like, blue hair, like, pretty dressed, I don't know. Secondly, and
he's a pretty boy, but so is Flynn Rider, and he's
the other character that I think maybe making Neon gay would be a little too obvious, what with the rainbows. But a character that I thought also could be trans would be Pura. Obviously, we're not going to find out because she's dead.
So.
But if we see her family, maybe we learn about their past. That's another thing
what
that
do you,
came out
like,
of...
But, like, male to female?
Yes.
Okay.
And so she is, like, transitioned fully.
But remember, this isn't just headcanons. You gotta give a reason why you think
I know,
that
but
first.
it's like, this is just, I've seen it in fanfiction and it works and it's a bit of a headcanon.
Oh my gosh, but that...
But if they make it, so maybe that's like John...
where's the evidence in the show?
Well, it's just, it could, I don't have evidence, I'm just saying things.
I know, but we need...
it's acting like the first time you've said bizarre shit about RWBY off and no evidence.
But this video is
also,
supposed to be about the show's evidence.
Maybe this could be more about, like, character development for John learning more about Pura after her death, you know? And maybe he meets
because that's what
family.
John needs, more screen time.
Whatever.
In a show that's all about girls, basically.
Anyways, that's my, well, it'd be more screen time for Pura. It's not like trans people getting fucking screen time.
But the thing is, we're trying to look at evidence in the show. You've strayed from our original topic in Patreon requests.
So
can we get back to things that actually have evidence
Here's the thing. I was just gonna put in, like, Pura and Scarlet as like a quick one, as on a quick one because I didn't have. But somebody's got to fucking talk about a word that they found in Tumblr 6 months ago. For 5 minutes.
It wasn't on Tumblr. I read a post about a book.
Go ahead.
This video could have been a lot shorter if you didn't mention them, though. Anyways.
It's not my fault you have to. Anyways,
I'm just saying. So, the other character that I think should be included in this is Yang. Like, obviously we have the Bumblebee song, right? We don't know what that means yet.
We know what it means.
People still think it's about her motorcycle, unironically. They're not saying it as a joke. But, let's continue. So, we don't know yet. But at the same time, like, let's say it's about a girl. Let's not even say it's about Blake. Yang is gay in that case, right? I think that's pretty apparent. So... there's a couple things. There's how Yang is a really, like, kind of open, flirtatious person, but you don't need to be, like... that's not tied to a sexuality.
That's
I know, I'm not done yet!
Of like, bisexual or pansexual people that they are.
I'm not finished!
I'm just, hey, you fucking interrupted me, I'm doing it to you all I want.
I'm saying that even though that is part of her trait, that is not tied to a specific sexuality.
Why did you bring it up?
Because I'm going to use it as an example in a second. So, a place where Yang kind of does her flirtation thing is in the bar with Junior to get information, right? But she also kind of does it with Blake at the end of their conversations. She's like, save me a dance, man, and like winks at her and stuff like that. And that's part of her flirtatious personality that we can see shining through for multiple characters of multiple genders. That was my point. I wasn't done anyway. And so keeping that in mind, I think that and they actually did end up dancing, if you guys, you know, fully watched the episode and paid attention.
Although she did totally give it up.
Not only that, but we also, well, no, I'm pretty sure that, she saved the first dance for Yang, and then Yang was just like, okay, I'm done now, and went somewhere else to hang with RWBY, right? And then she danced with Sun. But I think that with Yang, too, with Yang, it's that there's a couple more pieces of, I guess, when, like, how she saves Blake, like, there's a very intense feeling in that scene, especially if you listen to the music. It's just, it makes me cry every time. Like, the music is so powerful, if you're listening to it with headphones, like, it will sort of shake you into another plane of existence. I'm serious,
Dude,
it does.
I'm sorry, Cal, this is an unpopular opinion, but the RWBY soundtrack isn't that good.
But have you listened to
Yes, I have.
Have you listened to the background music, I'm saying?
Why?
Have you listened to the background
You know why? Because you make me listen to it.
The background music? We've never listened to the background music together. The stuff that is...
No, but I've listened to it because I've been watching the show.
I know, but you gotta listen to it by itself. Anyway, whatever. Fuck you, Hunter. I don't care.
Isn't it great that all of our, like, biggest arguments have been about RWBY characters?
The music is powerful. What are you talking about?
This is not related. Anyways.
Whatever. Well, just be quiet about the music. Anyway, so you could argue that it's because she's a teammate, obviously, but at the same time, I don't know how many people, no matter how brave or strong they are, would willingly put, like, their life at risk for someone else that they've known for less than a year. You know what I mean? Unless they had a real special connection, and that could be best friends, you know? But considering all the other evidence we have at the same time, I don't think so, you know what I mean? Especially kind of with Bumblebee and stuff. The song, I mean, not like the ship. Also, there's a couple times during Volume 4, Yang looks at a stack of books and she gets all sad. There's a parallel to this. It's that RWBY, they mentioned Snee Dust Company, and RWBY looks into the sky, and I guess when she looks away, Weiss comes into the frame. This is a kind of similar blocking situation, I guess, where Yang looks at the pile of books. I don't think they switched to Blake right after, but within the episodes, Weiss and RWBY at the beginning, at least, were kind of paired into a scene while Yang and Blake shared the episode space for a while anyway, and so that kind of shows that she was really, like, kind of thinking about her, and she didn't even want to read because it reminded her too much of Blake, which is, like, that's some dedication, man. You know what I mean? I don't know if Hunter would never sing again because that was my favorite hobby.
Yeah, but I also don't like you as much.
Oh, okay.
So do you have any more characters?
I think that's pretty much it, and
it's
not just that, like, I have an intuition, okay? We call this a gaydar.
God.
And Yang just...
I love how it's like, Hunter, you need to use arguments, and then the best thing you have is, I have a gaydar, Hunter.
No. I said all my other evidence, though. This is just, like, an extra thing. She just seems gay to me,
One more thing that I have for a character, and this is less headcanon-y, but I feel like...
Good. Find me some proof.
I feel like they talk about Winter, like, escaping, like, the Snee Dust Company to join the Atlas military.
Oh, man.
And part of I feel like, what if that was because Papa Snee was like, don't be gay, Winter. Get out of here.
That's probably not why.
I mean, no, once again, that's another thing that come from fanfiction. It's pretty headcanon-y.
Oh my gosh.
But, like,
I thought you said this one wasn't headcanon-y.
Well, I think, because you didn't like my excuse, but I think that maybe she, she was sent into the military to straighten her out, like, literally. Or maybe she escaped to the military.
She doesn't read
so
as
she would
gay
have
to
to
me.
be
I mean, we'll see, but, like...
It's just, here's the thing, Cal.
Her father so far, if they were gonna set that up in the show, they only have discriminated against Faunus so far. they haven't discriminated against
gay people.
Gay
but
people.
if there
And
were
so
to be a
if they-
homophobic character, don't you feel like it would be Jock
Yes, but I also feel like if they wanted to set that up within the show, they would have mentioned that casually by now, because they've mentioned him, like, paying all the farm... We shouldn't have Tyrion as the first RWBY, like, gay character and have him be a psycho, like, a creep, you know what I mean? I'm all for gay, like, villain characters, because, you know me, like, I'm okay with that, but that was a little creepy. And remember that Jon is underage, so it's also a little bit
enough.
of, like,
I love how
pedophilia.
it's like he murders people, and yet it's like the slight pedophilia that gets you.
Yeah, like, the murdering's okay. I'm okay.
I mean, murder, but come on, he's like 3 months away from being legal. Keep it in your pants.
I'm okay with, you know, like, gay villains. I love gay villains. Like, I write a lot of gay villains, or at least gay characters that aren't very good people. And so that's fine. Like, but the way Tyrion said it was
you write characters that aren't good people that you think are good people that you think are good people, but I'm like, this person is like objectively awful, Cal.
I
you
know.
have a
It's on
stilted
purpose
view
most of the time.
I don't believe it. Anyways.
Anyway, the thing with Tyrion is that how he said that was really creepy.
Yeah.
And if he meant it like in a gay way, let's say, even if imagine he said that to RWBY. And said it like he had a crush on her. Just imagine that, alright?
That would be...
So why is it okay for Jon?
It's okay for Jon
it's
because
not!
It's like... I mean, I feel fine with it because it's just like... I don't know. I find it really funny, the idea of like... Yeah,
but that's not appropriate.
Of Tyrion macking on... Yeah, it's not appropriate, but I just find it funny.
Because
Tyrion macking on Jon.
if you flip that with RWBY,
how
creepy
save it
would
for
that
your
be?
fucking, like, gender studies class, Cal. I think it's great.
Okay. I think we're pretty...
I love how Cal was like, this needs to be like a 10 to 15 minute video.
It's 20 minutes.
It's 20 minutes.
We're fine. It's okay.
We've gone over. Anyways,
we've gone 5 minutes over. It's fine. This was a paid Patreon video. Let them get their money's worth.
Get them money. Yeah.
All right.
So
we'll see you later, guys.
So, I mean, I guess, so, like, in the hierarchy, do you think Emerald's, like, the most likely?
Emerald's probably the top one. Like, Yang is probably the second because of the song that we don't really know the meaning to yet.
Yeah, that's
Imagine at the end, you know in the musical we listened to how she sings that entire song about a guy she likes and then the main character thinks it's about him, but then she's like, the guy I like is Jake. Or no, it was the other one. With the computer guy.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and so imagine like at the end of the Bumblebee song, it's like, and the girl I like is
Nora.
My bike!
Nora.
Or something like that.
Or like it just goes from like her hair, her exhaust ports. What?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The air filter.
That's what I'm saying. Like, imagine.
Ooh, look at that treading.
Imagine we get to the end of the song and it's like, that girl is
a Harley Davidson.
My bike. You know what I mean? Like, it would be awful.
I want that to happen. I want my soul and every other Bumblebee shipper's soul to be crushed by the Yang liking her bike final line.
Okay.
What if it's just like a totally random female character, like Nora?
I don't know how I'll feel about that. Anyways.
Wrap it up for real this time.
So guys, again, I'm not doing the Patreon things anymore, but this is your shout out. It is on the screen eventually, probably. Join the Discord. We're still doing our fundraiser, hopefully, by the time you guys see this. We haven't been streaming very well because we've been...
suck ass.
Yeah, we have graduation and stuff. I should put on...
We have finals. We picked a really great time to try
fundraise.
To stream a lot.
Yeah, it's okay.
We've already made like almost $200. That's American when you so this is already pretty successful.
When we transition it to see, that's a pun because we talked
because we're talking about trans people.
Oh, this video's perfect because it fits with our fundraiser.
It's also Pride Month.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. We did a good job.
Yeah. Let's just
congratulations.
Let's just continue to congratulate ourselves on a video. Yeah, we're so great.
We're great.
Yeah.
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 Yeah.